ants? Why are there always ants? Every year here in Indiana where I live, there are ants that come in the spring into your house looking for snacks. And I can't really judge them because snacks are delicious, but not my snacks. They need to leave my snacks alone. So last year, they were so bad. They were bad enough that they climbed on me when I was sleeping. I have never seen an invasion of ants that bad. And I was really concerned, and I wasn't sure what to do because I wanted to treat the ants, but I have cats. And so I wanted something that was safe for the cats, but that would end our ant infestation for the year. I found a formula last year that really worked, and this year I'm leveling it up and showing you how to do it. Are you ready? You're going to need a few basic ingredients. First of all, you're going to need borax. This is what is actually going to kill the ants. You're going to need sugar so that the ants will want to eat the solution. And you are going to need hot water. You'll also need, for your trap, you will need some kind of a container with holes. I used these old plastic containers that had broken, and I put holes in the sides for the ants to get in, and cotton balls. So the solution will be soaked up by the cotton balls, and the ants will eat the solution. Let's get started. So first of all, you're going to need 2.5 cups of hot water. You're going to take 1/2 cup of sugar. Let me move you down a little so you can see. So you're going to take, I only have a full cup measuring cup right now. I'm not sure where the others are, but we're going to guesstimate when we have about 1/2 cup, and we're going to put it into the water. And then we're going to need a tablespoon, and we're going to use 1.5 tablespoons. Now, this recipe is going to require a little bit of tweaking because your ratio of borax to the other ingredients has to be very precise. If there's too little borax, they won't die. If there's too much borax, they'll die at the site where your cotton balls are. And we want them to take the poison back to their nest and then die. So if you see ants dying where you place the traps, then you probably got too much borax. So know that this recipe will require a little bit of tweaking. But we're gonna start with 1.5 tablespoons. If anything, this may be too much borax, but I'd rather use too much than too little. And it's really hard to get out of here because it's got this narrow little opening here. One moment while I open this a little better. There we go. Okay, so we're going to get 1 tablespoon and 1/2, give or take. And now we are going to stir and stir and stir and stir until all of this is dissolved. I don't think you want to watch me stir that long, so let me come back when it's done. Now, while I'm stirring, don't forget, if you like this video, to click the like button and subscribe to this channel. All right, when you can no longer see the grains of the sugar of the borax, you know that your solution is ready for the next step. Now we're going to take cotton balls, toss them in the solution. Now, I put a towel down on my table because this gets very sticky and very messy. So you definitely will want to, there we go. You'll definitely want to put something down under them. Because again, this has sugar in it. Of course, it's going to get sticky. So you're going to drop the cotton balls in the solution and just give them some time, stirring them around to let them totally suck up that solution. And then we're going to take our cotton balls and we're going to get the lid for the container and put cotton balls on it. I have 3 lids, so I'm going to put about 1/3 of the cotton balls on this. Ooh, that may be a little more than 1/3, but that's fine. And we're going to put the container on the lid and seal it. And this gives us our ant trap. I have 2 more of these I'm going to make, all with little holes poked in the sides for the ants to go through. How you get those holes is totally up to you. Always be safe. I don't want, ooh, I started to put it in the container. That's fine. You can also do that. You can put them in the container and flip it at the end, which is pretty fabulous. So do it like this and then flip. And I've got some more solution. I'm gonna put some more cotton balls in here. Now you can put these in as many spaces as you'd like, but what I found was last year I started by putting the cotton balls down on a paper plate inside my house. I put them one under my couch, because that's where the ants were the worst. But what I found was that the number of ants did not ever decrease. They just kept coming, an endless stream of ants. So I decided to be a little smarter. And I took the cotton balls and the paper plates and I put them outside in strategic locations where they would be protected from the weather, but also where the ants would go to them. So right outside the parts of the house where we had the most ant traffic. And that got the ants out of my house. I assume that they went to the places where the cotton balls were, ate the cotton balls, and happily died. Maybe not happily died, but they died, whatever. But I don't know. All I know is they were out of my house, which was absolutely the goal. And also, I like this design because it keeps it away from your cats. And I mean, if your dog's really determined, maybe not. But I didn't see anywhere that said that borax is poisonous. It will make your animals throw up. So it eliminates itself from their bodies. But I don't like my cats getting sick. So I like this design that I made this year because it will keep them from eating it. So now we've got our traps. Let me take you outside and show you the next step. So the first place I'm going to put a trap is underneath my front porch. This is the area that had the most ants last year. So we're going to just take this, hide it underneath the porch where it's hard for random people to see. Now, if you look here, this is my kitchen window. And I noticed a lot of ants right here. There's this little dip that I think leads to the basement. Yeah, there's the basement window. So we're going to put one of the traps right here where, again, it's hard for people to see. Now, the third place that I placed a trap was the most difficult to hide, but probably the most important because this is my bathroom window. And this is where I always see a ton of ants. They come in and they congregate around our tub. So if you look closer, you see that I put another trap here. This one, once the amount of ants starts to lessen, I will probably take this one and throw it away first, just because it's the only one that there's not really a good place to hide it. So let's wait until this evening and check these traps. So it's actually been about 3 days. Let's see how this does. Yeah, you can see little ants in there. Not too many, so you know they're not just eating it and dying. You can see them crawling on it. So I would say this is working. And guess what? I don't have ants in my house anymore.